Hello and welcome to UPSC Simplified. I'm quite sure all of you are following very keenly the developments that are taking place in the West Asian region. The entire region is on the boil, tensions are escalating, there are a barrage of missiles being fired from both the sides, strikes and counter strikes. Amidst all this, one looming question for all the Indians is what are the losses that are in front of us? Today, in this video lecture, let's try to analyze how the Iran-Israel war is disrupting India's trade and what are the losses. Let's try to estimate. We all know that this war has disrupted India's trade via the shipping routes, especially the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea. Higher freight costs, higher insurance costs, and payment uncertainties with Iran are going to affect our trade. The exports are going to be hardest hit, especially India's agricultural shipments to Iran and other Gulf countries. From Israeli side, the defense angle is very important for us because we rely on a lot of defense equipments which come from the Israeli side. So let's look at how India is going to be impacted in this war. If we look at the two major parties to this particular war, Iran and Israel, India has immense trade with both the parties. With Israel, the trade is about $10.7 billion, with defense at its forefront. India exports about $6 billion worth merchandise to Israel, while $4.7 billion worth imports come mainly defense equipment, sensor, drones, and diamonds from Israel. All these shipments would be disrupted. India's bilateral trade with Iran stands at $2.33 billion as in financial year 2024. If you look at the number of exports from Indian sides, they are higher, about $1.24 billion. The imports from Iran are relatively lower, about $1.09 billion. The most important exports that are going to be hit are agricultural products like rice, especially the Basmati rice, tea products, and fruits. We also export iron and high-end steel to Iran. We import largely petroleum and dry fruits from Iranian side. Along with it, certain chemicals which would be responsible for the fertilizer sector, those will also be impacted. Apart from just Iran and Israel, the entire region has been on the boil. If we look at the number of exports and imports to the entire Gulf region, predominantly UAE and Saudi, the total exports from India stand at about $50 billion, more than $50 billion. The imports are more than $70 billion, especially oil and chemical needs. We export large amount of jewelleries, gems and electronics to the Gulf region. All these have been disrupted. Let's delve a little deeper by quantifying certain numbers. Basmati rice exports from Indian side were $747 million in FY 2024. Currently, more than 2,000 plus containers of Basmati rice have been stranded. And remember that Iran buys about 40% of India's non-Basmati exports. The agriculture commodities and ultimately the farmers are going to be impacted from Indian sides. If we look at the next sector, that would be textiles or the garment sector. Almost $5 billion worth garment and textile exports which were to be transported to the Gulf region are being rerouted. They will face higher costs. Gems that we send, especially to UAE and Dubai, they cost about $25 billion and they have been stopped or rather stranded. The orders are disrupted. Insurance has been cancelled. In the Surat cluster, it threatens about 1 million jobs if the Strait of Hormuz remains blocked, especially jobs connected to gems and jewelleries. We also export a lot of electronic equipment, especially mobile phones and other electronics, especially to United Arab Emirates. About $4 billion of electronics are sent to UAE. Currently, the airspace is closed, transportation is stopped, so the losses would be up to the tune of $500 million. Together, cumulative hit is about $5 to $7 billion in just first quarter of 2026, according to FIU estimates. If we talk about imports, they threaten a lot because India's imports are quite rigid. We rely on crude oil imports from these countries. About 1.2 million barrel per day comes from the Gulf side. 85% of India's demands are fulfilled from the Gulf side. And Strait of Hormuz, which has been choked right now by the Iranians, from there 20% of the supply comes. That means the prices of per barrel of crude oil are going to increase by about $10 in the near future. Not just the crude oil, the natural gas and chemical sector is also going to be hit very largely. 30% of urea ammonia comes from Iran and Gulf region, and the costs are now going to rise by almost 40%. We are staring at a probable shortage, especially in the upcoming Kharif season in June-July 2026. Defense equipment from Israel are going to be delayed. About $2.5 billion worth defense equipment, especially Barak 8 missile, Hermes drones, and other equipment was supposed to be delivered. It shall be delayed indefinitely. Food and other edibles that we used to import, especially pulses, onions, and oil seeds, they are also going to be disrupted. If we look at other aspects, not just apart from just exports and imports, migration and other outlooks are also bleak. We know that many people from Indian side, they work in the Gulf places. Transportation has been stopped and there is a lot of uncertainty regarding the future of these workers. This is going to take a hit, especially from the perspective of remittances to India. The trade via Chabahar port is going to take a hit. If the war prolongs, the risks are going to increase more and more in Q2 and Q3 of 2026. Not just India, the entire world is looking at this particular war. But from Indian perspective, the question is how long can we continue this in a normal way? Because especially the petroleum, natural gas and the defense imports are quite rigid for us, and we would be waiting for a resolution of this war very soon. Let's wait and watch what happens. If there is any update on this particular news, we'll have a discussion on UPSC Simplified for sure. That's it in today's video lecture. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you very soon. Jai Hind.